Hi, Scott Machine Gun Dad. If you follow my channel, you'll notice that I recently posted a video on this DC-9 that I got from a local guy. I mentioned in passing that I had another DC-9. This is it. As you can see, there's a stark difference between the two in barrel length. I'm not a tech guy. I can't tell you why. They're both threaded, and both of the receivers are marked in a model Tech-DC-9. So I can't tell you why. Let's see, 75,000. Ooh, both with D prefixes. This one's only 4,000. So there's a huge difference in serial numbers. The only thing I can tell you that I definitely noticed the difference is, I'm going to hold this up and hopefully Shannon will be able to pick it up. Right here, this one has a sling swivel. There is not enough room between the polymer and the upper receiver on the full length one to put a sling swivel, because I had a spare sling swivel and I tried to put it in there and it didn't work. So what are we going to do with these? Well, we're going to take them out and shoot them side by side, and then we're going to come back in and see which one we recommend that you buy. Hi, you just saw us, we were outside. Indra's panting, if you hear the panting. That's going to be a regular thing on my channel apparently, because he likes to be down here. Nick, what did you think?
Well, having prior experience with this version of the DC-9, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Honestly, the full size one is an easier shoot. It feels better to shoot. It's still on the heavier side, as all of the Tech family really are. But for some reason, the smaller one feels way more top heavy than the actual full size DC-9. I don't know how to explain that, but this just feels more balanced and easier to shoot, especially if you go up for a magwell grip. This thing is really, really cool, and if you're able to do the modifications you did to the AP9, if I'm not mistaken.
AB10.
AB10 to this, like throwing a pistol brace on there, like a shoulder brace, this thing would be an amazing shoot. The sights were a bit off, but you just aim a little to the left, and
well, these are used guns, and they, you know, we don't know how bad they were abused.
They're old, they're beat up, you don't know exactly what condition they're in, and they are completely, pretty much, non-adjustable sights. It's a welded tab on the top end on both sides.
I don't know if it'll come up, but somebody actually bent this one up out of the hole. So this one's actually bent. Can you see that?
Hold on, Andrew.
right here. It's actually, this is supposed to go down in. This has been up out. And that's the proper way it comes from the factory. So more than likely this one here was probably off from the factory, and somebody tried to rig it a little bit. What they should have done was stuck in a vise and bent the top over a little bit instead of bending up the back, but I'm not going to screw with it. I'll just, because I don't want it to break. I don't want it to break off.
It shoots fairly accurately. You don't have to worry about elevation. You just have to go about left and right, and you just aim, what we say, like 4 inches to the left of the plate.
Yeah, I don't know if you noticed, we had some failures, and they were all ammunition related. And the reason for that is when I got this gun and I took it out and test fired it, I only got 7 out of 10 to go off with the MagTech. And then I went to change the firing pin, figuring it was broken. Pulled the firing pin out of this one because I have a couple spares, and they were all exactly the same length, although one of them had a completely different contour. The end was longer, the tip was actually longer, but it didn't seem to protrude out any better. But I figured I'd try it, so I swapped it out, and then I found out it doesn't interchange with the firing pin carrying piece, so I had to swap that out, and then I had to swap out the firing pin spring to get this one to shoot 90%, 95%. We use 4 different magazines, factory mag and 3 aftermarkets. We didn't have a mag problem. Nah. We had ammunition problems. My opinion, if you're going to run it as a pistol, only as a pistol, no brace, no nothing, buy the shorter one, even the AB-10. It's lighter, it's way cheaper, and it pretty much, as Nick said, they shoot pretty much the same. The advantage of DC-9 in the shorter one is any suppressor that has a MAC 10 9mm thread on it will thread right on here. So you could easily put a suppressor on this. This one is threaded, but you have to have an adapter to extend it out to get the can to come on, or a special can made with a step down to go inside the barrel shroud. That being said, if you're going to buy the A3 tactical brace and the US Machine Guns adapter to run the brace, it's already packed away for the trip.
Oh.
No, actually, it's over there. No, we'll step off camera for a second while I'm talking and grab it. We're not going to edit this part out because we're not prepared. But anyway, if you have this and you're going to put the brace on it to get this, this is the one to get versus this one. This is a great shoot.
Oh yeah.
Granted, this one's a machine gun, but this is a great shoot compared to shooting it offhand. Just the extra point of contact. This gives you a little more weight in the back. It's not a very heavy brace, but it offsets the weight up front. Way more balance. So, if you're going to add a brace, this version. If you're not going to add a brace and you want to shoot a can, this version. And if you're not going to shoot a can, this version or the AB-10. Are they fun to shoot? Yeah, they're okay. As a machine gun, they're great. But as a semi-automatic pistol, actually they are kind of fun if you get one that works.
Yeah.
Obviously, I would never use this for any kind of self-defense. I would never use this even as a home defense weapon. They are completely not reliable enough for that. But they are a nice piece of firearms history. They are a nice piece of fun. Thanks for coming back to the channel.